make ends meet. Do you need a minute to get off your feet? Moving to the rhythm of the same old beat. Whoa. A slave to the grind till you drop dead. Tangle with the devil living in your head. Do you wanna party with me instead? Whoa. So we're going out tonight to dance under the city lights and live like we'll never die. Whoa. So we're living it up. We're living it up, yeah. We're living it up, yeah.
Hello, welcome to Cruise Shop Save. Everybody, it's been over a month since we last did our last live. So I'm just doing lives when I've got someone really cool to speak to, and this week is no exception. We've got the wonderful Ken Goescruising and his better half, Lindsay. Is that fair? Is that fair?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I thought so. Well, welcome to Cruise Shop Save. Thank you so much for agreeing to do the interview this week. I've been following you for ages. I love your YouTube channel. So if anyone's watching, you definitely need to head over to Ken Goescruising YouTube channel. Try saying that when you've had a few. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers, yes, cheers.
I'm on the lager because it's hot and sunny. So I'm on the lager.
Nice and cool.
Ooh, Prosecco. I love a Prosecco. The thing about Prosecco, though, is I keep drinking it. I don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
We like most things, really, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, we'll give anything a go when it comes to a drink.
I know. I'll try anything. Although I do draw the line at whiskey.
No, I'm not a whiskey. Not really a whiskey drinker.
Occasionally I can do whiskey, yeah, if I'm in the right mood. But Lindsay just has an aversion to Negronis, don't you?
Horrible.
Mm.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've never tried it. I'll have to try it.
Medicine.
Yeah.
I've heard that, actually. So I just want to say, anybody watching, welcome. If you've got any questions for Ken Goescruising, this week we are talking about luxury cruising because Ken and Lindsey not just finished cruising. How long ago were you on Oceania Riviera?
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we came off on June the 10th, so it's a little bit, almost a month now, really.
Oh, almost a month.
Yeah.
Not
How
so long ago.
flies. Yeah,
Time flies, yeah. So what we want to know is, obviously Oceania brand themselves as a luxury cruise line, but what I want to know from you is, what did you think? And there's loads of ways that we can look at it, because what does define luxury when it comes to cruising? And some people might disagree with XYZ, but overall, what did you think? And then we'll get into the nitty gritty.
I think I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. And I think we were both a little concerned that we would like it too much.
Yes. Yes.
I think we probably did. Yes, it's luxury, but it's not got any status to it, is it? Everybody just mixes in. There is no elitism. It was very easy, very comfortable.
That's what I like. Yeah.
It was just, you sit down and start chatting to people, and it was as if you've known them for years.
Oh, that's nice. Because it's smaller, isn't it? Smaller ships, a bit more intimate.
In some respects, it was like turning the clock back 25 years to when we first started cruising.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And the levels of service and attention to detail were so much more. However, you don't have the formality on Oceania.
It's true.
So it's quite relaxed and quite pleasant. There's no dressing up. As such, it's, country casual.
That's her official dress sense, isn't it? Yeah. But people can get dressed up, because I used to work on that ship, and people could get dressed up, but it wasn't, if you didn't want to get dressed up, you weren't frowned upon. It's formal now. Why are you not dressed up?
I think what happens is, if somebody's got a special celebration on a certain night and they decide to do one of the speciality dinings on those nights, I think that's when they make a little bit more of an effort.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was just what you would wear to a restaurant at home, really.
Right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Apart from daytime, obviously, which
daytime,
is shorts and t-shirt sort of thing. But I think the thing that it was just so comfortable. We had embarkation. I think there were 3 other people in the embarkation hall, bearing in mind it was a Horizon terminal, which is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
3 other couples in there. We walked onto the ship. There was no one in front of us. We walked up the entire air bridge without having anyone else on the air bridge. So It started from the moment you arrived. you walked into the ship and it's, oh, hello, how are you? Nice to see you. And then we'll escort you to your muster station so you can clock in. So they walk you to the muster station.
It happened to be about 10 years.
wow.
Yeah, you've got the string quartet playing down in the atrium.
Oh,
while you come.
lovely. Yeah.
Just, you get that on Cunard and other ships like that. But
Yeah.
then it really started to kick in. So our cabin wasn't going to be ready till 3 o'clock. The stateroom wasn't going to be ready till 3 o'clock. So we decided we'd just go and have a look around and get a drink and something to eat. So we went out on the deck, and on the deck, like the sun loungers, instead of being an ordinary sun lounger, you've got a 4-inch cushion on top of them. And they've got individual toweling covers, all branded, of course. And these toweling covers, if they get used during the day, they're replaced and swapped over with new ones. So you've always got a brand new spanking, little things like that. You find the covered in areas where they were out on deck to sit in the shade, because they've got shades there. They've even got windows in the side that open up to the outside to let the fresh air in. And these sort of, it was like having a 3-piece suite outside. The cushions were sort of 8 inches deep, and everything was just
a bit more plush. Everything was just all a little bit plush. Lovely.
Yeah, but still plush. It might be plush, but it was comfortable plush.
Yeah.
It's difficult to describe, really.
Yeah.
But you didn't feel as though, oh gosh, I better not sit there.
No.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Right, not at all. It was just
very welcoming. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the other things that we found that is, especially now, is sometimes if you go on some of the larger ships, I think because of the pressure that the staff are under and the intensity they've got with like 4, 5, 6,000 passengers on a ship, they don't get time to be your friend and speak to you. Whereas on here, where you have, I think it was about 900 crew and 1,200 passengers, they had time to hold your hand and be your friend and just chat.
That's nice.
And it just makes you feel special. And to be fair, every single person that we met, other passenger that we met and sort of sat down, because we'd love to meet and chat to people, every single person we met was lovely. They were from all around the world, all different nationalities, all around the world. And you sit down at a table and say, oh, could we join you for the quiz today? Yeah, sure. And, oh, where are you from? Oh, we're from Los Angeles. We're from Arizona, Canada. And it was some guys on there from France, wasn't there, and Italy. And you just ended up chatting to them like you've known them for years.
It was very
Yeah.
Well, then we kept up with, especially the ones in Arizona, because we had a bit of fun with them.
Yeah, Carol.
And some of the others that we met as well, that we keep up with, but a little bit perhaps more distantly. So
those Peter and Christine, who
Christine.
follow us, we didn't realise.
Wow.
Not only did they come over and say hello, we eventually found out that they were in the next door cabin.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Oh my God, that's a coincidence. Either that or they're stalking you.
Oh, no. The other way around. They do more than we do.
Lovely people. But the cabin was just
die.
Well, I've got a picture. I've got a picture here. You sent me this lovely picture. So talk us through this picture. Oh, hang on. There it is. Oh, look at that.
We had an ocean view cabin, so we didn't have a balcony, but these cabins are the same size as the balcony cabins, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's just you've got a full length floor to ceiling window. So it's basically you've got balcony views outside as well. But the whole thing was just so comfortable.
The bed was amazing.
Yeah, it looks it. Yeah.
The linen was fantastic. There was loads of cupboard space. In fact, we kept finding drawers all over the place.
Yeah.
The bathroom, I've never seen anything like it. You could have a party in there.
You could.
Wow.
The cupboards and the drawers in there, you'd never fill them up.
Well, they used to have, in the bathrooms before the refurbishment, they used to have a bathtub and a shower in the bath. So they've removed the showers and they've removed the bathtub. But where the bathtub was, they've now got this huge shower. It's massive. It's absolutely massive, the shower is. You can have a party in there. But then in the corner where the shower was, they've got this cupboard with drawers and goodness knows what in there.
Oh, wow. See, that's always a bit of a bugbear of mine. I've got this thing, and please don't be offended, Ken, but every time I go into a cabin on a ship, I'm always like, oh, it's designed by a man. Because there's never any shelving, there's never any hooks to put all my bits on. And I'm just like,
Seriously, you would never run out of space in
No,
there.
you'd never fill it up.
Never.
It was incredible. And of course,
Oh,
you get
yeah.
all your Bulgari products
Bulgari
as well.
toiletries, yes, they've still got that. Yeah, I love it.
And
We've got,
they were never ending.
They were never ending.
and
got a
everyone
tip off.
smells so good. I used to always be, when I worked on that ship, I'd be down on the gangway because we ran the shopping program on that ship.
Yeah.
And I'd be on the gangway with the shopping guide, and everyone went back, oh, you smell good, you smell good, you smell good.
And we did go through the shops, didn't we?
We did go through the shops.
We didn't really stop.
No.
Oh, the shops are gorgeous. Yeah, I know.
Oh, my goodness.
I know they've got lovely stuff in there. But I will say I remember the shops on that ship, and they are beautiful.
Yeah,
They're very
Yeah.
spacious, really lovely. Because
Yeah.
the shops on the older Oceania ships are a little bit pokey. There's just like one on each side of a corridor. Whereas that is like in the atrium, it's all glass. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
were some parts where they didn't put the prices up.
No,
where you know that you didn't have to ask.
So I
Good
guess
ask.
you know that if you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. So
But I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But
that
yeah,
was
they
some
don't
of the
know.
theory. There were a lot of zeros on there, weren't there?
There was
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
$2,500, and I thought, oh no, I can't go anywhere near that.
$2,500.
I know. I'd go on a cruise instead.
Yeah,
Quite,
exactly. Yeah.
So I've got some. So what we'll do is I'll just show some pictures, and because I'm assuming these are in the port to call, and then maybe let's just talk about where this ship actually went. So where's this? This looks gorgeous.
Right, that's Saint Malo. Now, Saint Malo is a beautiful place in France.
Ooh.
We walked the city walls,
Yeah,
didn't
we
we?
did.
It was
Oh,
lovely. You were
lovely.
up high. It was a beautiful day. Some of the photographs that we've got there are really, really nice, and it was just a comfortable, lovely place. We're very lucky with the weather as well. We had good weather all the way through, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, that's nice. And then I've got this gorgeous picture. Where
That's
was
in
that?
Bordeaux.
Oh.
That's
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. Of course, the thing is with Bordeaux, because you're in a smaller ship, you actually sail right up the river,
Yes.
right in the middle of Bordeaux.
Yes.
And
Really
you've
good.
got that little magic bridge there that goes up in the air, and
Yeah.
then you sail underneath it.
Oh, I
So
bet that's a spectacle in itself.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, everybody was out to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Bordeaux was good, apart from we unfortunately ran into some
They were demonstrating.
they were
weren't they?
demonstrating in France, as they do quite a lot, about the pension age
Oh,
increase.
yeah, they're still doing that. Yeah.
So
They're
we
still
lost
protesting.
we lost our
We lost our
tour.
wine tasting.
We lost
tour.
our wine tasting tour to the chateaus, which was a bit.
Oh, I was
of a
just going to say, did you sample some of the local delight?
Yeah, well, they did offer us to go on the second day because we were overnight in Bordeaux, but it was to Sauternes, and we're not really into dessert wine, so it was Medoc.
Oh,
the first
yeah.
day. Not really.
No, I'm not a big fan.
Very interesting seeing the demonstration actually, because
Yeah.
there were tens of thousands of people marching along, and they had bands playing, and they had people singing, and then they had fireworks and maroons going off, and some of them sounded just like cannons going off. It was amazing, and I don't think there's many people that would get quite as close to something like that as
No.
we did.
No.
Inadvertently, we didn't mean to. It was just you kind of come around the corner and there it is in front of you. But we did also feel at one point it was perhaps turning, so we hiked it back to the ship.
I must say, if anyone is going to Bordeaux, I can recommend the Tourist Information Centre there. They were probably the best tourist information centre I've ever seen anywhere. They were fantastic.
Wow.
They were so organised.
So the tours that the ship was providing, or the tour?
No, Tourist Information Centre in
Ah,
Bordeaux itself,
Bordeaux.
the local one,
Good.
because we took the tour through Viator for there, because
right.
that's something that we did notice, that the excursions on the ship were, let's say, quite expensive.
Yeah, I think their sister company Regent, they include the tours. You pay more for the cruise, but they include the tours. Don't Oceania have like just like the basic tours that are included? They don't do that.
It
have those
depends.
tours, don't
It
you?
depends because you've got the O Life package and you've got
Yeah.
a choice. So with O Life, you usually get a choice of either a classic drinks package, onboard credit, or a certain number of tours, depending on the length of your cruise. We chose the classic drinks package, which entitled us to wine and beer with meals in the dining rooms.
Perfect.
That's what that was, which was nice. We upgraded actually to the premium because we like a drink. But it was a no-brainer because it was $30 a day each. And when you saw that a glass of Prosecco, by the time you added on the gratuities, was $16 a glass.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
$30 a day for was
good.
That sounds worth it.
Yeah,
that does sound worth it. Yeah, I'm just going to say a quick hello to Wendy. Wendy is a big cruiser. Wendy sails a lot out of Florida because she lives in Florida, and she's going to the Caribbean September. I'm hooking her up with all of her maps. So hi, Wendy. Thank you for watching, and definitely check out Ken Goescruising. Been cruising for years.
Yeah, many years.
Many years.
I guess we ought to tell you about the food as well.
Yes, let's talk about the food. What did you think?
Because they say they advertise that it's the finest food at sea. Now,
big shoes.
Not sure.
We
reserve judgment on that. Some things were fantastic, but there were a few quality issues on board.
Really?
Certainly the choices and the options available to eat were fantastic. And you could go and have 4 or 5 lobster tails every night to eat. And at lunchtime as well, if you wanted to. Filet mignon was available all the time in the grill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was there, but we had issues with some of the quality on board.
Dear. Yeah.
I had 2 tough steaks and I had a prime rib that in one of the specialty restaurants that I couldn't cut in the middle.
Gosh.
Yeah. So talking to quite a few of the other passengers, they were saying that they thought that it was not normal at all.
Right.
They had the same issues, and they said that it was probably, most of them said, it was probably the worst food they'd ever had on an Oceania cruise.
Gosh.
They made some assumptions. We didn't, because we don't know. It's all new to us, our first time. But they were saying that they think that a lot of the staff were taken off Riviera and put onto Vista.
Yeah.
So that Vista, when she began in service, had all the best staff.
Yeah, and they take the best people to the new ship. Yeah.
Replaced a lot of the staff on Riviera with some that weren't as highly trained, and possibly not as good. Not that
we wouldn't have noticed.
No,
really.
You can't fault the staff.
Things like that. You have to ask yourself: is that the supplier not providing the best quality meat, or was it how it was cooked? It just makes you wonder.
Yeah, I honestly don't know, and I couldn't say, but there were a few issues. I think the choices were fantastic. The other thing that we suffered with a little bit was the dining times that we were able to get in the speciality, because all the speciality restaurants are included on Oceania. Unless you go for the Dom Perignon tasting menu or whatever at $500 a head. No, we didn't do that one. So we and because we were in a lower grade stateroom, our opportunity to book was later than those that were in the higher grades.
Okay.
So by the time that we booked, we could only get tables for sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Late.
Yeah, which is a bit late for us.
We did take some advice and a few tips from other people and went down and asked. And they were very good. They actually brought forward some of our times.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah.
Starting to eat at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night is
no
good for us.
No.
So we did balance that out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think I was. No, I think we found other ways to enjoy the food more.
Yeah.
Waves
Grill. Oh, wonderful.
Amazing. Yeah.
Pizza. So they have now in Waves since the refurbishment. After 7 o'clock at night, it turns into a pizzeria. Boy, oh boy!
But it's
Best
a pizzeria with you get starters, main course, and then there's a sweet if you want it. So it's a pizza, but with a difference.
But I've never had pizza like that before. I mean, we've done Princess is supposed to be good in Alfredo's. MSC, their pizza is supposed to be good, but boy, this not spots off it. It was fantastic.
And Jo was saying that she likes mushrooms, and she went and ordered a mushroom one day, and and they sort of went, "Yes, madam, of course." And she went, "Can you make it really mushroomy?" Well, they did. They absolutely plastered it.
Yeah.
Just plastered it.
Yeah.
That's what she got.
And that was the thing we discovered the longer we were on there for. And I think this is what makes it luxury as well, is if you want something, but it's not put in front of you, just ask and it will be put in front of you. I think that's different. We wanted, I mean, the cocktails that we were having, I mean, you asked people for a list before we went and you worked most of your way through them.
I did try.
But we wanted
good girl.
We wanted a raspberry creme brulee that we both liked. And I was chatting to Tony, the barman, one night, and I said, "Could you make me one?" He said, "What's in it?" So I told him. He said, "Yeah, I'll make you one." So he made one, and we tasted it. It wasn't quite right, so he made another one and adjusted a few things.
Yeah.
And tasted that wasn't quite right, so he made another one, and then we did it. Of course, it was all free because it was all on the drinks package. And eventually, he perfected it, and it was great. But they're all happy to do that, and they've got time to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the other knock-on effect that we had with the late dining times in speciality is they only do one show a night.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which is at 9 o'clock?
9:30.
9:30. So if you're eating, you miss the shows every night. And you said earlier, what would we change? We would have 2 shows a night.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because it's not a big theatre, is it?
No, really don't understand why they only have one.
No.
It would also potentially stop a huge number of people that walk in and out all night. Because they're coming in, they finish late, they still come into the theatre. And of course, it's actually relatively easy for them to get through because the seats are so wide, aren't they?
Yeah.
Incredible.
So it's relatively easy for them to get in, but it's the fact that it's up and down. And there were so many people that went in, sat for 5-10 minutes, and then thought, "Nah, I don't like this," and went out again. And you think, "Oh, for goodness sake, just if you're going to come in late, sit down and behave yourself."
Yeah. That's a bit weird.
The were a lot better than we anticipated.
Yeah, because
we didn't think a smaller ship like that would have quite that quality.
They're not known for their entertainment, are they?
They were very good. The guys were very good. They had 6 dancers, 6 singers. The singers had to move, but they didn't have to dance like they do on a lot of the other ships. Yeah. So they didn't suffer for it. I have to say the girls, and usually the girls were much better than the boys.
Yeah.
It was really well done. And very unusually, they actually have to end up doing quite a lot of the daytime activities as well as hosts. Yeah. And that's really nice because you get used to seeing the people and chatting to them, and you're able to say, "Oh, it was a really good show last night," you know. So it's that extra dimension to it.
Yeah, and that was just, I don't know who just said hello, Melissa. Sad thing about StreamYard, which is what we're using, is when it goes through the group, it doesn't identify who it is. So whoever you are saying hello, tell us who you are. I'll find out who you are when we sign off, and I'll look on Facebook. But thank you so much for watching, and hello back. So final question then, because I know you've got Prosecco to drink. Would you do it again?
Well, just to give you a clue, while we were on board, we did put a deposit down. Well, we've actually done what they say. We bought a cruise certificate. So it's not a deposit on a specific ship. It's there are extra benefits that you get if you do that when you're on board, we were told. And we checked with our wonderful travel agent, Dan. And we found that if you put a deposit down, you get guaranteed the best price for that cruise. As soon
Oh,
as
wow.
you decide which cruise you're going to book, and you have a year to book one, not to take it, but to book one. So I know that their new times are coming out in August, aren't they? Their new
Oh, wow.
brochures.
Okay.
So you can book then, and it could be
Yeah.
up to 2 years
Oh, wow.
before you actually take the cruise. But you are guaranteed the best price. It's an American thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You get extra onboard credit with it. If you
Great.
decide not to book a cruise with them, you get a full refund.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's and even if you put a deposit onto a cruise, if you move your deposit onto a specific cruise, it's a refundable deposit up until within about 6 months of the cruise date.
Gosh. You can't go wrong. Win-win.
No,
So
I mean,
that's really good actually. That's amazing. So where do you
Mm.
fancy going?
We're not sure.
it depends whether I can persuade Lindsay to fly or not.
Oh, okay.
It's my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
Um,
But we will
yeah.
do by then.
But I think there'll be a lot more choice when the new destinations come out and see what they're
Yeah.
doing. But yes, it would be really
I'd
nice.
quite like to go back over to the Greek islands again. Haven't done it
Yeah.
for a few years.
Greek islands are gorgeous.
Like it.
They do a lot of good cruises, Oceania. Well, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
A lot of different itineraries.
Yeah, really good. And because they're smaller, like you say, they do dock in nicer places, don't they? It's a lot more convenient. So can I ask you a big favor? Because
Yes.
I liked what you said about booking your, even though you didn't go, the cats woke up. I get cat on my head in a minute. Even though what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I know you didn't go on the wine tour, but you did book it. Can you put the link or just send me the name of the company just for people that are watching this? Because I agree with you. Oftentimes it is a lot cheaper and more convenient. And you obviously got all your money back because it was cancelled.
Yeah, really good service.
It
Viator.
was Viator.
Very
We
good
had
service.
fantastic service from them. We were fully refunded. They don't take the money until 48 hours before the actual trip. So you book it in advance. They take the money 48 hours, and within 48 hours after the trip was cancelled, we had our money back.
Oh, amazing. That's perfect, isn't it? So yeah, we'll share that information with anybody watching it. But thank you so much for your time. Really
problem.
appreciate it. I'll let you go. Thank you as well for coming on the show and talking about that cruise. And what's your next cruise?
Celebrity Silhouette. First time on Celebrity. So at the end of September.
Amazing.
Looking forward to it. Oh, yes.
He's looking forward to his holiday as well.
Yeah, he always goes to stay somewhere.
And well, will you come back and talk to me about Celebrity Silhouette when you get back?
I guess so. Yeah, why not?
Why not? It's good.
Thank you so much.
Good excuse to have another bottle, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, just crack open another bottle. Well,
Yeah,
thank you for your time. Thank you everybody for watching, and have a great, weekend. It's going to be lovely and sunny here in the UK. Lots planned. So, and thank you so much. So, bye everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.